Your person's focus is completely on you, and there is no doubt about that. They have been thinking deeply, reflecting on their emotions, and have come to realize just how much they truly want you in their life. The intensity of their feelings has taken them by surprise, and now, they are preparing to come forward with the truth. They are planning to take action and approach you in a way they haven't before. The time apart has made them miss you more than they ever imagined possible. The distance, though painful, has helped them gain clarity, and now they know with certainty that they cannot go on without addressing what's in their heart. Your person isn't someone who easily shows their emotions. They have likely been the type to keep their feelings tucked away, not letting anyone see the depth of what they are experiencing. Wearing their heart on their sleeve isn't their usual style, and this may have made it difficult for you to fully understand where they stand. However, all of that is about to change. They are ready to transform their approach, not just with you, but with their entire perspective on love and relationships. This is a significant shift for them, and it is not something they are taking lightly. They've realized that if they want to build something meaningful with you, they need to be open, honest, and vulnerable in a way they may not have been in the past. From your point of view, you might have perceived them as cool, calm, and emotionally detached. Perhaps there were moments where you wondered if they even cared as much as you do. But what you don't see is the internal struggle they have been going through. While they appeared composed on the surface, underneath that exterior, they have been wrestling with powerful emotions. They've felt the weight of this connection just as strongly as you have, but expressing it hasn't come easily to them. Soon, though, they will no longer be able to hold back. The truth is going to come out, and when it does, you will understand just how deeply they have been affected by their feelings for you. You are their true love. They may not have been able to say it yet, but that's exactly how they feel. You mean more to them than anyone else, and now they want to see where this connection can go. There's a sense of hope and excitement within them when they think about the future with you. They want to explore the possibilities, to nurture this bond and see how it can evolve. They've recognized something unique and irreplaceable about you, and they don't want to lose that. They are fully aware of the strength and compassion you have shown throughout this journey. You've been patient, understanding, and supportive even when things weren't clear. They recognize how much grace you've extended to them, and they don't take it for granted. Your person feels a deep sense of gratitude towards you. They want to thank you for everything you've done, for being there even when it wasn't easy, and for believing in the potential of this relationship. They are eager to show you their appreciation, not just through words but through actions, love, and affection. They want to give back the kindness you've shown them and prove that they are worthy of your trust and your love. They know that you deserve someone who will meet you with the same level of commitment and openness, and they are ready to be that person for you. The separation has been difficult for both of you, but it has also served a purpose. During the time apart, they've had the opportunity to reflect, and they've come to some important realizations. In the silence, they've understood just how much you mean to them, and they've learned things about themselves that they didn't know before. They never thought they would fall for you as deeply as they have, but now that they've recognized their feelings, they can't ignore them any longer. They don't want to be apart from you any more than you do. The thought of losing you is unbearable, and that is why they are now determined to come forward and fully express their emotions. They know that they owe it to you, to themselves, and to this relationship to be completely honest. They are ready to open their heart, to let you see the side of them that has been hidden for so long. It won't be easy for them, but they know it's necessary if they want to move forward with you in a real and meaningful way. Their love for you is real, and they are now prepared to show it. So, allow them the space to come in and express themselves fully. This is a pivotal moment for both of you, and it could mark the beginning of a beautiful new chapter in your relationship. No amount of time spent with anyone else compares to the moments I've shared with you. You've been on my mind constantly, almost as if I can't escape the thoughts of you. There was a time when the thought of you would hit me like a wave, a sudden rush that would consume me for a while but eventually fade, allowing me to carry on with my day. But now, that isn't the case. The thought of you lingers, sitting heavy in my mind, making it impossible to focus on anything else. I never could have imagined a scenario where you were living your life, doing your thing, and I wasn't a part of it. Yet, here we are. For so long, I believed I had some sort of selfish access to you, like I could come and go as I pleased, and you'd always be there. In my mind, no matter what, you would never leave. But I was wrong. It wasn't until you finally moved on, after all the back and forth, that I realized how terribly I had treated you. You see, I thought I could have everything on my terms, believing that your love and care for me would always be available no matter how little I gave in return. It's only now, in the painful clarity of your absence, that I see how much damage I caused. You made me feel good in ways I didn't even recognize at the time. I never truly appreciated how loved and cared for I was when I was with you. Instead of reciprocating, instead of honoring that love, I did the exact opposite. I pushed you away, took you for granted, and made you feel like you were the one in the wrong. It breaks my heart now to think of how I left you feeling sad, alone, and heartbroken while I was too consumed with my own issues to notice. There were times when I was fully aware of what I was doing. I knew how my behavior affected you, yet I didn't stop. I was so wrapped up in my own happiness and pain that I ignored yours, acting as though my feelings were the only ones that mattered. I'm ashamed to admit it, but it's true. I was selfish, thinking only of myself, believing that my actions were justified as long as I was okay. It's painful to reflect on how I let someone like you, someone who gave me so much, walk away. You were patient with me in ways I didn't deserve. You were always there, even when I was inconsistent, showing up in my life when it suited me and disappearing when it didn't. I regret taking your love for granted, thinking it was unconditional and limitless when, in reality, it wasn't meant to be treated that way. I thought I understood love, but you've shown me that love is not just about feelings or grand gestures, it's about respect, care, and understanding. It's about setting healthy boundaries, something I repeatedly crossed, not realizing the damage I was doing. When I reflect on what happened between us, I can see so clearly now how wrong I was. Love isn't a one-way street. It requires both people to show up for each other in real, meaningful ways. I thought I could get away with giving the bare minimum because I believed your love would always be there, waiting for me. But love doesn't work like that. It can't survive when one person takes and takes without giving anything in return. Your departure from my life has been a painful wake-up call. It's made me realize how blind I was to the way I treated you. I now understand that while love may be unconditional in its essence, it still has limitations. It requires healthy boundaries, and those boundaries are there to protect both people in a relationship. I crossed those boundaries more times than I can count, and now I have to live with the consequences of that. I regret not recognizing sooner what I had with you. I regret thinking that I could have things both ways, that I could keep you close while also keeping you at arm's length when it was convenient for me. It was selfish, it was thoughtless, and it was wrong. And for all of that, I'm truly sorry. You opened my eyes to what real love is supposed to look like, and now I know that I have a long way to go in learning how to be the kind of person who deserves that love. I wish I had realized all of this before it was too late. I wish I had treated you with the care, respect, and consistency you deserved. But most of all, I wish I had understood sooner that love, while it can be forgiving and patient, cannot survive in the absence of mutual effort and respect. You deserved better, and I deeply regret that I didn't give it to you when I had the chance. I've always believed in the connection we share. From the moment we first crossed paths, there was something unexplainable between us, something that transcended the ordinary. It felt as though we were bound by an invisible force, a deep and profound bond that couldn't be ignored or denied. The love I carry for you in my heart is unlike anything I've ever known. It's a love that can't be compared to anything I've experienced before, and I know with certainty that it can never be replaced. It's the kind of love that makes you realize that no one else could ever fill the space you occupy in my life and heart. There is a special way you love me that I've never felt from anyone else. No one could ever love me like you do, so deeply, unconditionally, and with such an understanding of who I truly am. You've seen the parts of me that I try to hide from the world, the sides of me that even I'm sometimes afraid to face. And still, you loved me through it all. Knowing that has made me realize just how much I've taken you for granted in the past. I can now see that I was running away from you, running from the very thing that could have brought me peace and happiness. I feel an overwhelming sense of guilt for all the times I was unavailable to you, for the moments when you needed me and I wasn't there. It's something that weighs heavily on my heart because I know that you deserved more from me. You deserved my presence, my attention, and my love. Instead, I allowed my fears, insecurities, and doubts to push you away. I distracted myself, thinking that somehow it would help, but no matter what I did, my thoughts always came back to you. Every time I tried to escape, you would find your way into my mind again. It's as if no matter how far I tried to run, my heart would always lead me back to you. I've been working on myself, trying to be more optimistic when it comes to you and to us. I've realized that we are on a journey, and sometimes that journey requires patience and faith. I've learned to trust the process, to believe that what is meant to be will happen in its own time. And I know, deep down, that we will be together when the time is right. I believe in divine timing, that there is a higher plan at play for us, one that we can't always see or understand in the moment. But I have faith in it, and I have faith in us. We are destined to be together. Everything in my life has led me back toward you, and I can no longer deny that. There have been so many signs, so many moments that have pointed me back in your direction. Whether it's a song that reminds me of you, a memory that suddenly comes to mind, or a random coincidence that feels too significant to ignore, it all leads me back to you. I used to question these moments, wonder if I was reading too much into things, but now I understand that they are not just coincidences. They are reminders from the universe that you are meant to be in my life, and I can't turn away from that truth any longer. I've never been one to ask the universe for anything. I've always believed in letting things happen as they should, trusting that life will unfold the way it's meant to. But for the first time in my life, I've found myself asking for something, for you. I've asked the universe to bring us back together because I know now, more than ever, that I don't want to lose you. Losing you would mean losing a part of myself, a part that I now know I can't live without. You've become such an integral part of who I am, and the thought of facing life without you is unbearable. So, I'm asking you, please, don't leave me. I know I haven't been perfect, and I've made mistakes that hurt you. But I'm ready to make things right, to be the person you need me to be. I don't want to run away anymore, and I don't want to live in a world where you aren't by my side. You are my home, my heart, and my soul. Without you, none of this makes sense. I believe that we are meant to share this life together, and I'm willing to do whatever it takes to make that happen. I love you more than words could ever express. And I will continue to love you, no matter what the future holds. I know that we are destined for each other, and I believe with all my heart that our time will come. Until then, I'm holding on to the hope that you'll give us another chance because what we have is worth fighting for.